Hey guys, welcome back to another video, where today I'm going to show you this AFK Ender Dragon farm for Minecraft 1.16.4 and above. If you want to check out this world in more detail, then there will be a world download in the description, so that you can look at this thing more closely and build this in your own world. So basically how this thing works is you have this water stream right here, which the player will be AFK in, and looking straight down, placing all the end crystals, and then we'll place it on all four of the corners of this end portal, which means that it will summon the Ender Dragon. And we can actually detect when the end crystals are placed by this little system right here. Basically, when all the end crystals are placed, it will detect that, and naturally the game just removes the blocks around the area of the end portal, and it will also remove these torches, which means we can actually farm these as well. I'll show you what that looks like in the overworld in a second. But basically, this water will get cleared in that thing too, and then this observer will detect that the water is gone, and then we can tell when the end crystals are placed or when the Ender Dragon dies and stuff too, which is very useful. So basically, when the Ender Dragon spawns, this will be retracted, which will deactivate this piston, which will let this water in, but when the Ender Dragon dies again, it will be expanded out again and placed onto that same block, which will activate this piston again. But when this piston is deactivated, the water will go through here, and that means that the player can flow through here and go up on this little waterway, and this observer with string on it detects that, and then we have this timing right here, which is just good enough to launch this slime block at the perfect time to launch the player across into this water stream. And then we also have over here this observer activating this piston right here, which pulls back the soul sand block and activates a bubble stream. And the reason we actually just activate the bubble stream instead of having the bubble elevator here the whole time is so that we can bring the signal all the way up here very easily without having a huge redstone line going all the way up or a second elevator. So basically, once the observer detects the soul sand elevator being bubbly or just normal water, then we can activate this piston right here, which activates this monostable circuit, which will activate a pulse extender, and this pulse extender is just long enough to activate this observer clock 4 times, which means we can get 4 end crystals out of this dropper right here every time, and the player will pick it up when they're going up this water stream. This observer will also activate this slime block. The first time this activates, it will be before the player gets up here, so it won't do anything, but the second time it activates will be when the Ender Dragon dies, which will launch the player over here. The player will hit this wall, drop down, and land all the way down there, and restart the farm over again. And then, if you come up here, when we kill the Ender Dragon, and the reason we have to bring the player all the way up here in the first place is because the Ender Dragon will spawn right here on this block, and he will try to attack the player by going downwards and attacking him, but what the Ender Dragon does is it will keep swirling around until it gets close enough to the player that it's satisfied, and then it'll say, okay, I guess I'll keep circling around these end crystals now until he does something else, like perch and stuff like that. But if we can stop him from being able to attack the player, then he'll just be locked in the same position, trying to get down forever. And that's exactly what we do in this farm. Basically, we have this TNT duper right here, which will launch TNT right here. It will drop onto the Ender Dragon, and it will knock him back up into the air while he's trying to go down to the player. And it will also do damage to him, which is how we kill him. And then we also have this really weird looking TNT duper. You might have noticed that already. But the reason we have this is so that we can have no blocks at 0, 0. And the reason for this is that the Ender Dragon, when it dies, will try to find the highest block at 0, 0 to die at. Once it gets to the highest block at 0, 0, it will start spraying all of experience everywhere and a big explosion. But if we have a block missing right there, then the highest block at 0, 0 will be the block that it dies on, so it'll instantly start spraying all of experience everywhere, and it will land within this big area for the water stream. The experience levels will be pushed into the center right here, where the player can pick up the experience levels through the wall when they come up back up the second time to kill the Ender Dragon again. And then once you end this farm, you can just stand on this pressure plate right here instead of going into the slime block, and then once the slime block activates again, you can just walk back up in here and pick up your experience levels and leave. And you also would need to turn off the TNT duper again. So to use this farm, the first thing you do is come up here and activate this lever, which will activate the TNT duper up here, and then we can come all the way back down to the bottom with your 4 end crystals, and you can come to the middle of the farm, and then you need to be in survival mode to do this. So I'll go in survival mode and go up against this wall right here, and then look straight down and place the end crystals. You can just do this by holding right click, and you can actually make the game hold right click for you by hitting F3 and T, and then while it's loading, you can let go of the right click button and then you can even be outside of the game and will still be holding down right click and using the farm. But as you can see, now we're going to go over here and we're going to get launched up into this little area, go up the water stream, and we're also going to pick up our 4 end crystals on the way, and then we're going to AFK right here. Normally you'd keep looking down and then you would just keep placing them if you're AFK, but for the sake of the video I'll look up so you can kind of see what's happening. I do need to be in survival mode for this to work though, so I can't go in spectator mode and go out of here. So the Ender Dragon should spawn right there, and he'll keep trying to get to us, and he'll die very slowly. For the simplicity of this farm, I only use one TNT duper, but you could probably use multiple of them in different places to maximize the damage output and kill him a lot faster. Okay, so the dragon should die very soon right here, and there he goes. And if you want to stop this farm, all you have to do is just stand on this pressure plate right here instead of waiting for this to launch you. But if you were standing on this block, this slime block would launch you across and you'd land back down there and continue placing your end crystals. But if we AFK here, then we can get all of our levels just like this. And if you're AFK, you just come back up here this next time and pick up the levels when you come up here next. But let's say I was just AFKing normally, then I'd land all the way back down here. Let's see if I can make this jump. I can. And I just keep placing the end crystals right here along this line. And if we go back into creative mode, we can actually check if we got our torches. So we should have gotten 4 torches from farming this. So we actually got a few torches in here. I was testing this a little bit earlier, so there was 8 torches in here before. But we did get some torches from that. You should get 4 torches each time you use this farm and kill an Ender Dragon, which is a pretty nice side benefit for making this farm. But of course the main thing is experience, unless if you really like torches for some reason and want to farm them automatically. But that's it for this video. If you like this video, then please leave a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please subscribe. And remember, there is a world download in the description. Also, sorry for the lack of uploads recently. You might have been able to tell by my voice, but I'm a little bit sick right now. So yeah, bye.